Hey y'all, so here we are. Final step, final stage of learning probably one of the most important things in your life that you will ever learn, and that is how to pray for your personal prayer life. There's so many myths, there's so many rules, there's so many ways that you can do so much, but then God taught us through Jesus how to do it. And he goes through a model. Did it for him twice. If he did it twice, can you imagine how important it is if he did it twice? They walk with him for a season and ask him, teach us how to do what you do. We see you doing it. We want to know how you're doing it. 2 times, he said, when you do it like this. And then he goes through the model, right? But the model was never designed to be repeated. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. The prayer we learn as children, okay? But the strategy he was giving them, the way to do it, okay? We've gone through it already. I'm going to go through the final one now. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. But here it is. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Now, this is different than forgive us of our sin. This is the temptation of which we all deal with. Now, you know what you're tempted with. I know what I'm tempted with. That's why when I go to church, I don't need somebody brutalizing me for something that I know I'm struggling with. Challenge me, yes. But beat me, I know what's wrong with me. I know my struggles. Everybody has 2 dogs in them. Whichever one I feed is the one that's going to get the strongest. Okay? If I feed the negative, vile side of you, that's all you're going to think about, and it's going to tear you down. But if I feed the good side of you, that's the side that's going to grow and eat the other dog. Okay? Lead us not into temptation. I know my struggles. Can you please help me with them? It's time for some confession. Confession is good for the soul. But we all know you can't confess to everybody everything. This is when you go to God and say, you know what, God? I need you to help me with this. If we don't fix this together, it is going to be a problem. Because we all know that turned over to ourselves, we are a problem. Please help me to be able to discern the situation that I'm around, so that I can make better decisions. And many of us already know that the reason we are faced with the challenges we're faced with, we just made some what? Bad decisions. There's an old song that says, yield not to temptation, for yielding is sin. Here's the challenge. Many of us get tempted and we just yield to it. But we've got to learn to say, God, you know what? This is my little button right here. Help me to overcome this particular thing, because evidently I cannot do it by myself. Yield not to temptation. Deliver me from evil. Deliver me from this thing in me. Paul said, when I go to do good, evil is right there. Deliver me from the hand of the evil one. Deliver me from me. This is not about anybody else. This is not about us pointing our finger at somebody else what they did. But if we really want to get help, we have to look at this ourselves. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver me from my own self. And be honest. You can't fool God. He already knows. Sometimes I just think he wants us to be honest with ourselves and say, you know what? I need some help right here. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Then it goes back to praise, for you're the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever. We start with praise, go through all of our issues, all of our circumstances, all the things we want to cover, and we end with praise. That's how you do it. And it's so simple. It's going to take you somewhere between 15 to 20 minutes a day, driving in your car, sitting in the house, sitting on the sofa, getting ready to go to work, to go through the prayer the way that Jesus did it. All right, y'all? Okay. I'm going to answer all y'all questions. Go back to social media, okay? And let's talk about this. Any part of the prayer you want to ask me questions about, we're going to do it. Because ultimately, when we pray, we want God to say, like my dad used to say, let him have it. I'll see y'all later.